Welcome back, low-end warriors. Today, we're testing Jurassic World Evolution 2 on a low-end PC in 2025. Yes, on an i3 processor with no graphics card. Because who needs a high-end PC when you can suffer in 720p? Now, the best part, this game is free on the Epic Store for 1 week. And you know what they say, if it's free, it's worth a try. So, I decided to check it out. Can we build a dinosaur empire without our PC turning into a fossil? Let's find out. Since the game was free, I had zero excuses not to try it. I installed it, set everything to low, because, well, I have no choice, and kept anti-aliasing on performance mode. If you're squeezing every last frame like a caveman discovering fire, you can turn it off. But I managed to get playable FPS, so I was happy. Now, keep in mind, this game is more CPU heavy than GPU intensive, so if your i3 is feeling ambitious, you might get decent performance. Surprisingly, the game didn't turn my laptop into a heated Jurassic swamp, which is always a win. However, don't expect buttery smooth gameplay. You'll get 30 to 40 FPS in normal scenes, but once those dinosaurs start rampaging or the storms hit, oh boy, your FPS will drop faster than a tourist in a velociraptor enclosure. Still, it's playable. And if you're just here to casually manage a dino park and not expect esports level smoothness, you'll survive. Alright, let's talk gameplay. If you played Jurassic World Evolution 1, you might be expecting a familiar progression system. Start with small enclosures, work your way up to bigger islands, and slowly unlock bigger, scarier dinosaurs. Well, JWE2 takes a slightly different approach. Think of it like managing a dinosaur theme park. But this time, someone removed the career ladder and said, just do whatever, man. The campaign mode is where things feel a bit underwhelming. Unlike the first game, where you had a clear path from early game herbivores to late game apex predators, here, it all feels a bit disconnected. There's no major sense of progression. Once you start a new map, it doesn't feel like you're building upon past successes. It just feels like a reset button. Imagine playing a tycoon game where every level starts from scratch, and the only reward is, well, just unlocking new skins. It's like opening a mystery box and finding only socks inside. Not bad, but not exactly exciting either. That being said, the sandbox mode is where the real fun begins. If you're the type of player who just wants to unleash chaos, build a park full of prehistoric beasts, and watch the guests panic when a raptor escapes, JWE2 has plenty to offer. The game gives you more control than before, and the new additions, like marine reptiles, flying dinosaurs, and hybrids, make up for some of the campaign's shortcomings. Because let's be real, who doesn't want to see a mosasaurus pop out of the water and scare the living daylights out of visitors? The dinosaur AI is another step up from the first game. The creatures actually feel a bit more lifelike. Raptors hunt in packs, herbivores form herds, and T-Rexes, well, they do what T-Rexes do best, scare the guests and remind us why fences are important. The way different species interact makes the game more immersive, but it also means you'll need to carefully design enclosures. If you don't, you'll have dinosaurs breaking free more often than your Wi-Fi connection during an important meeting. Now let's talk park management. If you love micromanaging, adjusting staff, setting ticket prices, and making sure your guests don't leave the park crying, well, not too much. There are some decent tools here. But if you're looking for a deep management sim with complex economy mechanics, JWE2 doesn't quite hit that mark. It's more about the visual spectacle and dino interactions rather than fine-tuning the financial side of things. You won't be running a Disney-style empire here, just keeping the dinosaurs happy and the guests, mostly, uneaten. And let's not forget about the DLCs. Oh boy, Frontier sure loves its DLCs. Some of them add really cool stuff, like iconic movie dinosaurs and expanded features, but they can get pricey. You don't want to end up spending more on DLCs than you did on your entire PC setup. So, Unless you've got a Jeff Goldblum-sized bank account, I'd recommend waiting for sales before grabbing them. Overall, Jurassic World Evolution 2 is a solid game, but it leans heavily into the sandbox experience rather than structured progression. If you want a true tycoon-style challenge, you might find yourself a little disappointed. But if your dream is to create a park where a Spinosaurus terrorizes tourists while a Pteranodon snatches their popcorn, then welcome home. This is your kind of game. So, should you play Jurassic World Evolution 2 on a low-end PC? Well, yes, but with expectations set to realistic. If you're looking for an in-depth management sim with deep progression like the first game, this might not be for you. But if you're here for a sandbox full of dinosaurs, chaotic disasters, and the occasional whoops, I forgot to build an enclosure moment, then it's a solid choice. On an i3 with no graphics card, it's playable, but don't expect miracles. Lower your settings, adjust your expectations, and you might just have a dino-sized good time. And that's it for today's low-end PC test. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, and if your PC is still alive after this, consider subscribing for more low-end game reviews. Also, don't forget, the game is free for a week on the Epic Store, so grab it while you can. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite dinosaur? Mine is the one that doesn't crash my PC. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay.
You just hired to the task. Agreed? Owen, you there? I think you're still muted.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Good idea. What do we got to lose? You know, except maybe a new recruit.
Before the remote capture teams return, we should have enclosures ready for the dinosaurs. Think of it as welcoming them back home.